Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. Boy, poor
Oh
Sherry.
man. Good afternoon and welcome to the porch. 321. My name is Sherry Darmanine.
And I'm Sylvia. Hi.
Hi. We're not on the porch today. We're inside, but we thought we would do
Sherry's kitchen.
Yes, in my kitchen. So we thought we'd do a quick video on some of the things that scream granny. Right?
Over the river and through the woods. Yeah. Especially what we're talking about. Well, Sherry, you tell them you found this. You read this blog.
Yeah, I read this blog one day and I found it actually funny because some of the things I still have in my house.
Of course. So do
And a lot of the things I saw in there my mother has and my grandmother had. So when I was reading this blog, I was like, this is something that I have seen in other people's homes. Let's bring this up as to everyone's attention and just say, so oftentimes we go into homes and we say, we want to get rid of some of the clutter because we're selling the home.
As realtors, we are trying to help you sell the home.
Correct.
Now, this is for if you are thinking about selling your home, and of course you're going to contact us, but
We hope you do.
We'll try to help you get it in as show shape as possible, and
Yes.
that means bringing some of your things, your personal mementos, your things that make your house your home. Tone it down. You're going to be packing anyway because the house is going to sell and you're going to be moving.
So you're going to
it's
have
best
to pack.
get things started, get the ball rolling, and eliminate some of the things that people find date the house.
And a lot of that is personal items,
That's right.
And it's always good not to have your personal photos out and things like that.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
you don't want that. You
we
don't want
always-
pictures of your pictures.
Yeah, we always
the
tell people that they need to take their personal photos and things like that down. Because once we go in with photography and they film the house, that goes on the MLS. So you want to make sure that, and that's blasted out to everybody.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you take some of your personal things out of the picture. But there are some things that scream granny that we thought we'd bring to your attention. And one of those happens to be doilies.
Well, that's a real screaming granny type of thing.
I think
Doilies
that's a
are
no-brainer
beautiful.
there.
They're
but
wonderful. Pass them down. But when you're getting ready to prep your house to sell,
crocheting is fun. I've crocheted myself. So crocheting is fun. But at the same token, it does date the home. But again, this is just recommendations that we're giving you just based on what we read. Has nothing to do with your own personal style. A lot of these things I have in my own home, and you need to live the way you want to live. We're just telling you based on how to sell, okay?
Right.
And, one other thing, let's go into the kitchen.
Yeah.
The two things that sell a home the best are kitchens and bathrooms. Those are the two things that sell. So we're gonna attack the kitchen first, right?
Both barrels. That's right.
So what is it? What is it with the kitchen that screams granny? First off, oak cabinets.
Yeah, sorry to say, folks, they're beautiful, honey colored. The real wood, it kills me to paint over them, but
Yeah.
it's recommended. Get it done pretty well. I mean, you don't have to go out and spend big bucks. But Sherry,
No.
didn't you just?
I just recently had the situation with a seller, and they had oak cabinets, and they hired a handyman to come in and sand them down, and then they repainted them all white, and then put nickel hardware on them. And I got to tell you, they
Looks
look
nice.
like brand new cabinets.
Yours,
They look beautiful.
Yours looks great too.
They look beautiful.
Sanding is the key.
Sanding is a big key.
Don't
So if
just
you-
think you're going to go in there with
Yeah.
a roller and just start.
No,
Get
no.
it done.
You got to sand it down nice and smooth. Make
Right.
sure you get any residue on the cabinets off, that
Yes,
type of
yes.
thing. So you want to definitely sand them well, and then after you do that, then you want to go ahead and lacquer paint them.
Not necessarily a painter has to do this,
No.
but if you get a handyman that knows what they're
Or
doing.
do it yourself if if you're good enough to do that. Do it
And
yourself.
know
You
what
take
you're
the
doing.
doors off.
Take 'em off and do 'em
Take them
outside.
outside.
Yeah.
And have at it. And if you can do it yourself, then that's even better.
That'll go a long way.
But I'm telling you, it does. It goes
Yeah.
a long way just
Yeah,
doing
it
that
really
piece
does.
itself. And that's just for the kitchen.
It's just very calming to the eye, and I know it seems like a trend, but everybody knows these white kitchens come in and out of fashion all the time, and they're in right now. So if this is what
And even
you're-
if you wanted to do it in your own home, you could change the hardware on them anytime you wanted
Yeah.
to change out your kitchen.
and it does so much.
So it does,
really
and it does make a big difference.
Yeah.
The other thing is linoleum floors.
Linoleum.
We remember back in the 70s and 80s when we all had linoleum,
Yeah.
but no more linoleum. You can almost buy plank flooring as cheap, and just be able to put that down. And in a lot of cases, depending on the condition, you can put it right over the linoleum.
Really?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So, you're better off to buy a few boxes of plank flooring and do a YouTube, and
Yeah.
like we're on YouTube,
Yeah.
and do it yourself,
Yeah.
So, do yourself a favor, and that's probably, a minimal cost, and it's a huge upgrade to your kitchen just by doing the cabinets and the floor.
Another thing is flowers, pretty much anything, floral art, potpourri, fake silk flowers, silk flowers, those beautiful ivies, which I adore, but those are all out, floral wallpaper.
Oh my
or
gosh, I can
any
tell
kind
you,
of wallpaper.
I've
really,
had to
but
go into
florals.
houses and pull out wallpaper, and I got to tell you, that is a job and a half.
Yeah.
If you love wallpaper, I mean, that's great that you love wallpaper, but realize not everybody likes the same taste or colors that you like in
Right.
wallpaper. So if you're doing wallpaper, or you have a house that has floral wallpaper in it, it may be wonderful for you, but that's not a common trend that someone else is going to like.
Correct.
You can paint over wallpaper, by the way. If it's not ripped and things like that, you can put a layer of Kills paint down and then put a coat of paint on top of that,
Right.
and cover it without having to take it down. If you do have to take it down, I'm sorry, I've done it. It's a major
bear. It
job.
really is.
It's a
It's a
major
bear.
job. But if you can paint over it and it's in decent shape, then
Yeah.
that's the way to go with that and get rid of it.
And one last thing I think we want to cover is mauve, which is pink.
Yeah.
A variation on pink. It's out. Okay, it's out. So,
Remember in the early 80s when everything was mauve and gray?
Star Trek even. I mean, just,
Everything was mauve and gray.
What were we thinking?
Yeah.
But we did,
No.
and it came back again, and now it's out
It's
again.
gone.
And truly, a lot of people that color doesn't present well. So if we can even just the white, bright, clean.
Yeah, remember, if you're looking to, spruce up your home because you're wanting to sell it and you want to get the most bang for your buck out
Gotta
of
get it in show shape.
Yeah, to get it in show shape, remember, simple is always best.
Right.
And like I tell everybody, less is more.
Right.
So the less you have, the more simplistic you go, the better off you're going to be in the long run. And what were we saying before about?
Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. But you're looking to make that your house that you have sold. So declutter, get it in simple looking so that somebody coming in can say, I can picture this as my home, and make them want to buy.
So make sure that you watch this YouTube, please, and subscribe. Please like us
Thumbs
on
up.
Facebook, And if you have any other questions or comments, you can always put them in the comments section. And I'm sure we're going to have more to the subject to follow.
Always. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes. Thank
Till
you again.
then, let me turn
Thanks
you
for
off.
joining us on the porch. Have a
3,
great
2,
day,
1.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.